This week's entry into the digest comes from John Goble of Customeyes Sport Fishing out of Drummond Island. Our target is Drummond Island Walleye, and John and his crew will be sharing everything you need to know to get hooked up. Where to go, when to go, what baits to use, and a hands-on technique that boils down to having the proper touch.
We're finesse fishing. We're having to put it right in front of their nose and give them just a little bit of action.
Welcome to Drummond Island, where the walleye are waiting on this edition of Fisherman's Digest.
Okay. All right. Okay. Nice job, bud. That's a dandy. Welcome to the show, folks. This is John in Easton from Customized Charters up on Drummond Island. This afternoon we're out here chasing walleye. We're casting, jigging, both. We're using live bait, plastics, a variety of different techniques. Hopefully we can show you a couple of different ways to catch these fish today. We started off with a real nice fish here. This fish is probably 3 to 4 pounds. Kind of an average size this time of the year here in the area. So we're going to get this fish back in the water before too long here. There you go. It's full energy. Nice. Nice job, Mars. We're casting different jigs with crawlers, jigs with plastics. We just made a move. We were a little further north here and the water was crystal clear. We had a bunch of fish on the graph and they were running from us. They were spooking real easy. We had a hard time just getting close enough to them to get a cast on. So we moved a little ways further south where the wind's hitting this piece of structure. and they're definitely a little more active. We had one on first cast and lost it, and then this one is probably about a third cast in. So hopefully we can get on them, and we'll keep moving up this shoal, and hopefully we can get some more fish real quick for you.
This one's good.
Oh, it was still there. I thought I lost. So I perfect.
Another pretty fish. Look at the colors on that one. He's nice and gold. Number three, really a pretty fish. A lot of gold in him. Probably a 2.5, 3 pound fish. Get him back in the water. Yeah, so we start off early in the year for the walleyes. Our walleye season opens May 15th. So as soon as the opener, the May 15th opens, the fish are up shallow. They're usually right up in 3 to 6 foot of water. So we're doing the same thing. I like to do a lot of casting. I like live scoping. We do troll at times, but generally I like the hands-on approach. People have a lot more fun, I think, feeling that fish hit the line versus sitting watching planer boards. So I try to cast on most of my trips or jig. So we start off shallow, and as the summer progresses, they move deeper. They're in that 3 to 6 foot of water, and then they move out to 8 to 12, and so on and so on as the water temperature warms, and they follow the bait fish. So here we are. It's the 1st of September now. The fish are pretty much they're still in their summer zones, and they're starting to migrate into their fall areas. And the fall areas are where they'll spend the last month before the ice freezes. The ice comes in, and then those fish will stay there, and they put on a real heavy feed bag. They like to feed real heavy at that time, so they get super aggressive. We're not to that point yet. Right now we're finesse fishing. We're having to put it right in front of their nose, kind of give them just a little bit of action. As that water temperature drops, those fish are going to get, like I said, super aggressive. You just get it near them, and usually they'll smack it. So, but we offer full range, full season fishing here on Drummond Island. We fish everything from perch to lake trout to walleye. But today, like I said, we're focusing on the walleye, so we'll try to give you as much information as we can to get you successful here in the area. Nice job, bud. You hit it pretty hard?
Yeah, hit it pretty hard.
Good. Maybe they're gonna turn on here. Sun's starting to go down. Here, I'll set the net down. You can grab them. You set of pliers?
I'm not sure yet. You got some pliers?
Yeah. Show that one off. Beauty.
Nice.
2.5, 3 pounder, about 17 foot of water laying on the bottom.
Deer season is here and we're ready for you.
Evil's Deer Processing, $139 a deer. You'll get your own deer back.
We also make venison summer sausage, snack sticks, and jerky.
Get a deer, bring it here to Evil's in Falmouth and Reed City.
Fish out.
Like a good one. Come on over this way.
Oh, that's a nice fish. He's still.
Nice job, buddy. Look at that one. That was a tank.
High five on that one, buddy.
That is a nice thick fish.
Stingers. Go that players.
Show that one off.
Johnny?
That is a beauty. 15 foot of water, about 60 feet out. Let's go with 3 or 4 of them. This one was real aggressive, wanted it right on bottom. Nice one. You want to get a picture with your phone for this one, maybe?
Yeah, let's get a photo of him, then we'll get him back in the lake. Excuse me. Nice job, bud. Let's get him in the lake.
Good one?
He's it's like he's super big.
It's a good eater, so we were eating them.
Not a bad one. He was sitting all by himself, just 16 foot of water again. He turned and raced at it, just real light on bottom.
Get that back in the water. Got him. Good shot.
Nice job, bud. That's another good one. Skinny, we had long, skinny fish.
Your boat clean thing.
Yeah, I like it. 18 foot of water. He was about 95 feet out. He's probably a 3-pounder, 3.5-pounder.
All right.
The Drummond Island area is a versatile fishery with year-round angling opportunities. In addition to the lake trout and the walleye we caught today, there's also smallmouth bass, salmon, steelhead, perch, northern pike, whitefish, cisco, herring, and smelt. Drummond Island is also known as Michigan's ultimate outdoor playground, with shipwrecks to explore, kayaking, ATV and ORV trails, hiking and snowmobiling, just to name a few. Of course, you'll need a place to stay, and we recommend Drummond Island Yacht Haven Marina and Resort. It has great cabins and cottages, beautiful sandy beaches, kayaks, and a boat slip with every cabin rental. Now, if you are coming by boat, Yacht Haven is also a full-service marina with shore power up to 100 amps, pump-out service, mechanics on site, and just top-notch facilities for any size vessel. They've even got a shuttle service that runs back and forth to town, which makes things so convenient for the transient boater. And when you're in town, one place not to miss is the Northwood Restaurant and Bar, especially when you come off the water with a few of those Lake Huron walleye. Let Northwood cook your catch for the perfect finish to a fantastic day on the water. Of course, they've also got a full menu, fantastic service, and they're open 7 days a week. Be sure to include both Yacht Haven and the Northwood on your next trip to Drummond Island.
Fish on. Lower your rod tip a little bit.
Lower your rod tip a little bit.
Nice job, Mars.
Woohoo! Awesome. Wanna grab 'em? All right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in today. We're here on beautiful Drummond Island. Sun going down. Fish are, it's been kind of a tough bite. We caught some really nice fish, but we really had to work for them today. You know, every day's different. Yesterday, it seemed like if you got a lure in front of them, they were smacking it. But of course, you know, like I said, every day's different. We got a little bit of different wind today. So, thanks again for tuning in. Nice job, Mars, on a beautiful fish.
Thanks for casting off with Fisherman's Digest this week. We'd also like to thank John Goble of Customeyes Sport Fishing out of Drummond Island for sharing both his knowledge and his passion for fishing. Head to the Fisherman's Digest social media pages to join the conversation, share your stories, and get the latest updates. We'll be back next week with more fishing action. Until then, keep chasing that next big catch.